that's what I love about this system, because as they do the financial plan, they might allocate it back to a partner for review. When you reallocate it, it will open up in the partner's list of jobs, so you can actually allocate it to a particular person, and that person then has their list of jobs and they can work through it. As well, the partners or the managers can keep a track on all jobs and see which ones are approaching budget and make certain the team get it done for under budget. If you get it done for under budget, that means that you get a write-on. If the WIP is more than the budget, it means we'll have a write-off. And if you focus your team, as we've been focusing over the last number of years, you can really change your firm around. We've been talking to quite a few firms recently. On average, write-offs in accounting firms that we've been talking to about between 7.5% and 10%. So if you have a firm that does $2 million in turnover, at 10%, their write-offs of $200,000 a year, or $17,500, $18,000 a month. If you put in an Eclipse Practice Manager as part of Account GPS, and then we can assist you to set up this sort of system throughout your entire office in the accounting and financial planning side, you can eliminate the write-offs in your firm. So, hands up everyone that would like to, if you've got a $2 million fees in your firm, hands up if you'd like to have an extra $200,000 profit in 12 months' time. Of course you all would. Well, we believe that if you use Account GPS and Practice Manager built into it, using this approach that we have here to manage everything that goes on in your firm, you can eliminate the write-offs. And without even getting one more client in, without even putting your fees up, there's an extra $200,000 in profit for a $2 million firm if you eliminate your write-offs. And in fact, you can get write-ons. So we're here to help you to be able to do that. So what approach we take is for every job, me as a partner, I'm getting involved now. And we're saying, before we even start a job, if it's a $200 tax return, a $300 tax return, you don't ask me, you just go ahead and do the job. But for any other job, I want to set an internal price for the job. So if last year the job is $5,000 and we want to put up the price by 5%, so it's, $5.5 or $5,250, I might say, okay, to the client, we might have a fixed price agreement, $500 a month, $6,000 a year, we'll put $6,000 in there as the quote. Or if we don't want to give a quote to a client and it's just a do and charge job with hourly rates, still set an internal target for your team. Say to your team, look, that's a $2,000 job. So when you set up the job, if you go in here and look at a job that's been set up in the past, so when we set up a job, edit the details for the job. In this part here, we put an agreed fee, $2,000. So then, as your team puts time against that, it will then show up on all the graphs and everything here, and you can see, you can ensure that your team don't go over the internal quote. And if it looks like that they have to, if you're managing and it looks like it's getting up to 80 or 90%, and there's a reason for it, that's when you talk to the client first and say, look, it's going to be a bit extra this year, and this is why. Are you happy for us to continue? So then when you give the invoice to the client, it's not a surprise, and they're happy with it. And you're not following up and trying to chase debtors. So a little bit of extra time by the partner up front to allocate an internal fee target for the client will save all the hassles of explaining a bill to a client or following up debtors at the end of the day. The other approach we're starting to take is telling our clients, look, we estimate this job's going to be $2,500. Now, we're requesting that when you send everything in, you pay 50% up front. So we're putting together new terms of engagement, which has a table on the front which gives them an estimate for their work and tells them, when you send the information in, can you please pay this 50% up front? And it also tells them, we expect to have your work finished in 4 weeks' time on this date, 10th of June. When we deliver you the information at that point in time, that's when the remaining 50% is due. Can you please start saving towards that so you've got the payment ready for us? So what we're doing is positioning them so they know that that second payment is due in 4 weeks' time. And we believe that's going to make it much easier for getting paid, that if you give the client an estimate, and we say estimate only because if it goes beyond your control, additional work for the job, at least you can talk to the client and have an additional amount due at the end, and your client's got the time to save up. Now, you then point that out to the client signs off on that as part of the terms of engagement. If the client says, look, I don't think I can have that in time, they say, that's fine, we'll complete the job, but when will you have it? And you need to lock in with the client when the second payment is due. It's going to make it very easy for collecting debtors if you use that new approach. And that's something we'll be putting on the terms of engagement in Account GPS within the next couple of weeks. And you can start using that with your clients. So in the summary, you can see here how using Eclipse Practice Manager for your entire firm, having financial planning jobs as well as accounting and tax jobs on that overall job sheet, job listing, enables you to look at target dates, make certain the jobs get done properly. And then your individual fee earners and financial planners have a listing like this, but just with the jobs that they're working on. So every day they open this up, they see the jobs they're working on, prioritise according to target dates, and jump in and start doing it. This does your timesheets, does your client contacts, everything else listed in there. So we're very, very excited about what you'll be able to accomplish using the new Account GPS with Practice Manager built into it. And as we said, that's what one of the screens looks like. Okay, so I'll just check to see if we have any other questions here before we finish off today. Okay, a couple of questions here. Okay, another question we have is, any progress on having one database, Voyager, Eclipse, class, when will it be available? Yes, there's a lot of progress. It will be available. What we've got is, I just was in Sydney yesterday having meetings with everybody involved. This will be out, as I said, in June. So you have Account GPS with Practice Manager you can subscribe to. Okay, so there'll be another tab there. And if you're using My Accountant's Office or Handy Tax or APS or whatever else, we can import all your client data and then show you how you can set up your work in progress and your debtors and everything like that. So those that are using Practice Manager will then get a link to LifePlan, which is Voyager. So you'll see Voyager listed there, and what we're working on with Voyager is just like this. You'll click on Voyager, and within the Account GPS screen, on this right-hand side there will be your Voyager logon screen. And we're working with talking to Voyager about having a single logon. So once you've signed into Account GPS, you don't need to log on and again to get to Voyager. It's just there. So that's what we're working on right now. Voyager, LifePlan, and Eclipse have all told us this will be ready by mid-end of June when we're releasing this overall software. So what will happen is the client contacts, I don't think I've got the contact screen there, but the client contact screen in Practice Manager will flow through to the client contact information in Voyager. And that way you can start to have that one database solution. Now, at the moment, you've still got to use your external tax program. So we're using My Accountant's Office. If you use My Accountant's Office, it can read from this one database as well. So your client contacts will be just reading from here. If you use Handy Tax, or if you use anything else at this point in time, you still have to maintain just that separate tax program. Only for 12 months, because this time next year, Eclipse will have web-based tax. So you have another tab down the bottom there that says tax, and that will be available. So then you can have your whole firm now running on within an internet browser with all of the programs that you need. So yes, we'll have web-based tax next year, definitely. We had meetings yesterday with Class Super, and they're very much wanting to work with us. So we'll have a Class Super tab there, click on there, and then integrate the information. So we're just talking, as I said, yesterday and today with Class Super. They've confirmed they want to work with us to do that, and obviously makes sense for everyone in this web space to do that. So yes, we have that one database. In fact, when I open up Change Accountants in a few weeks' time, we're going to be running the first version of this, and we'll have the one database up and running. And for any of you out there that want to come up to our open days, which are running on Fridays, starting from mid-June, you can come up to Brisbane, spend half a day or a day with us, and you can see it all happening and working. So you'll be able to come up and have a look at everything that we're doing. Okay. Just a question there from John, how you sign up for Account GPS. Those that have signed up already for 1st of July 2011/2012, you will automatically get LifePlan module. So John, we'll send that to you. Anyone that has signed up already for the next financial year, send us a brief email. We'll hopefully have the module ready to send out on Monday, and you can start playing around and using it. Okay. Any other questions? If you have, just put them through there. Okay, Harvey, I think that's everything at this point in time. Just a couple of other things. We'll be sending out to you a few more emails over the next week or two about Practice Manager and about various other offers we have for Account GPS coming up. We can't recommend enough getting into the web space using Practice Manager and Count GPS. Just pick up the phone and talk to us, and we can try to give you as much information or comfort, to switch across to Practice Manager. Even if you've got a separate tax program for 12 months, we believe that the efficiencies you would gain from Practice Manager are astronomical, focusing on jobs, setting up jobs for your clients, and workflow management and capacity planning, and eliminating write-offs by using the procedures that we'll be able to help you to map out for your firm. So please talk to us about that. 1st of July 2011 is a great time to switch across, and we'll be able to give you some more information very soon on Office 365, which enables you to move to the web space for all of your Outlook and Microsoft products as well. So we've got a lot of really interesting information coming out to you soon. We're very interested in how you go with LifePlan, using it for your clients. As usual, please give us any ideas or feedback about it, because we put that back in our production line and use it to improve what we've got and pushing it out to everybody. Looks like no more questions there, so thanks very much for your attendance today. Don't forget, the Count GPS team are here to help you. Email us info@countgps.com.au or ring us up whenever you like. Even if it's just to chat about anything, we're here to assist you with your firm and getting the best out of Count GPS and your practice for you and your clients. Thanks very much for being part of our webinar today, and bye for now.